The topic of discussion is fundamental concepts of chemistry, and the subtopic is molecular formula. Molecular formula is defined as the formula of substance which is based on actual molecule. एक molecule में actual number of atoms की representation को molecular formula कहते हैं. For example, benzene. Benzene में 6 carbon atoms होते हैं और 6 hydrogen atoms होते हैं. So C6H6 is a molecular formula of benzene. While glucose has 6 carbon atoms, 12 hydrogen and 6 oxygen atoms. So molecular formula is C6H12O6. Here are the characteristics of molecular formula. It gives the total number of atoms of different elements present in a molecule of a compound. एक compound में different elements के कितने atoms present हैं. For compounds like benzene and glucose, the molecular formula are the simple multiple of empirical formula. Benzene का empirical formula is CH, while its molecular formula is C6H6, while that of glucose is CH2O, and its molecular formula is C6H12O6. Hence, molecular formula is an empirical formula where n is an integer number. It's a whole number. Just like in this example, 2 is an integer whole number. This is empirical formula. जब हम n को empirical formula के साथ multiply करेंगे, we will get molecular formula. Empirical formula was C12OH30. जब हमने multiply किया इसको 2 के साथ, it will become C24O2H60. Compounds also exist whose molecular and empirical formula are same. For example, H2O, CO2, NH3, बहुत सारे ionic compounds like NaCl. Value of N is unity for them. ऐसे compounds जिनका empirical और molecular formula same होता है, उनके लिए जो N की value है, वो unity होती है. So how we will find the value of N? The value of N is the ratio of molecular mass and empirical formula mass of a substance. It is given by the formula N into molecular mass over empirical formula mass. अगर हमें N find out करना हो, तो हम उस compound का molecular mass put करेंगे और उसको divide कर देंगे empirical formula mass से. Here is a numerical problem. Combustion analysis of organic compound shows gram atoms of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen as following. What is the empirical formula? If the molecular mass of compound is 110.15 gram per mole, calculate the molecular formula of the compound. And the options are C6H6O2, C2H6O3, C5H6O7, C2H6O6. And the right option is C6H6O2. In the next slide, we will see the solution. Okay, here is the solution. We are given with the gram atoms of the elements, which are 5.54, 5.46 and 1.82. In gram atoms को हम divide करेंगे smallest number of gram atoms से, and we will get empirical formula. So empirical formula mass हम find out करेंगे 12 into 3 plus 1.008, or answer would be 55.05 gram per mole. Or molar mass of the compound is 110.15 gram per mole, जो कि हमें given था. So formula में value substitute करेंगे, molar mass over empirical formula mass. Molar mass was given, empirical formula mass हमने find out किया था, और answer would be 2. So n की value 2 थी, empirical formula हमने find out किया था, that is C3H3O. अब अंदर multiply करेंगे, we will get C6H6O2. Let's see difference between molecular formula versus empirical formula. First, empirical formula represents the simplest होल रेशो ऑफ एटम्स ऑफ एलिमेंट्स इन अ कंपाउंड, किसी भी कंपाउंड में एलिमेंट्स की सिंपलेस्ट रेशो को एम्पिरिकल फार्मूला रिप्रेजेंट करता है, while molecular formula represents actual number of atoms of each element in a molecular compound. किसी भी कंपाउंड में डिफरेंट एलिमेंट्स के एक्चुअल एटम्स कितने हैं वो हमें मॉलिक्यूलर फार्मूला बताता है. obtained from percentage composition of elements, obtained by multiplying n with empirical formula. इसमें हमें नंबर ऑफ मोल्स कैलकुलेट करने पड़ते हैं, जबकि इसमें हम सिंपल एम्पिरिकल फार्मूला के साथ n को मल्टीप्लाई करके मॉलिक्यूलर फार्मूला निकाल लेते हैं. टर्म्स यूज्ड फॉर बोथ मॉलिक्यूलर एंड एम्पिरिकल फार्मूला. टर्म यूज्ड फॉर मॉलिक्यूलर फार्मूला. कुछ कंपाउंड्स ऐसे जिनका एम्पिरिकल फार्मूला और मॉलिक्यूलर फार्मूला सेम है. Here are the examples. एम्पिरिकल फार्मूला के एग्जाम्पल में NaCl and CH बेंजीन का फार्मूला, while molecular formula में glucose and benzene. Glucose is C6H12O6 while benzene is C6H6. I hope you people have understood the lecture very well, and thank you so much.